Way! Hopefully that kind of transitioned pretty okay. I gotta admit the power mode I did a layer just like bombed in too quick. I didn't press the right fade. Silly me. Anyway, I've been babysitting, so I'm probably a little bit tired. My lovely next door neighbour is a single mum and she needed a night out, so I helped. Anyway, right, so this is basically me fiddling with some concept ideas because I'm on a crappy little laptop at the moment with absolutely no computer power whatsoever, and even trying to record this and probably just do some really basic Photoshop stuff is going to crunch it. I've got my wonderful graphics tablet, which is tiny, little old Wacom bamboo, completely unlike the ones I had at work, which were huge, and the lovely display ones we have now. Anywho, right, so basically what I'm going to do is see what Photoshop is now capable of with a bunch of HDR pictures I've taken. Well, basically it's the classic. I've got a lovely little camera. It's quite old now, but it's still got really good features, and it allows me, as you can see here, to take RAWs and JPEGs. What I might go back down to, if this copes with just dealing with RAWs, to create HDR and then stitch it all together, and then I'll take it into another app and also do some 3D. I just want to make sure, try and keep everything in high dynamic range land, basically. So you've got, this is the first image. As you can see, it has nothing here. Oh, I'm not sure if it's doing that. No, it's not picking up the cursor, so I'll have to do that again at some point. But where it's got a little patch in the corner, I selected the wrong bloody option, so I can't highlight it. It's annoying. I did display capture rather than one of the capture options, or I've switched off cursor somewhere. Bloody idiot. But it's got a little on the right hand side below the preview picture. You've got a little lighter coloured square which has got the f-stop 3.5, the ISO, the shutter speed, and at the moment it's got 2 dashes. If I click to there, it's minus 0.33 of a stop, and if I click there, it's plus 0.33 of a stop. Now, looking at my camera settings after I took these, it's not matching, and I think the reason being is it should have taken a lot more pictures for a start. It might have been just because it was all in super auto setting and it minimises how many you can take. So I'll have to put it into manual mode next time, and it should hopefully take the range, because I basically want one per pretty much a stop, so I get the most dynamic range at all possible. So it should take, you can take up to 7 pictures effectively at high speed, but I think it's the fact I'm getting it to do RAW and JPEG at the same time. Normally it's my setting just for afterwards, if I'm taking normal pictures, that after I can quickly post something up to the web and still have the RAWs to work on. So I'll probably have to change my settings when I'm doing it on here. So I think probably if we go to 4, it'll go back to default, yeah. So that's what's happening. Let's just check one of the earlier frames, because this is just basically using a whole bunch of images to do 360 space. Oh, so that is one of the others. So let's just check what that is. So that's -3, so that will be bang on. So right, let's see how Photoshop, because basically I have to do it in sets. So it'll be sets of 3 images. Like I said, I need to fiddle about with my camera settings, because it should be able to bash out 7, so I get the most dynamic range possible effectively And what I'm going to do is model all the lighting scenarios in my living room, and then also pull 3D data from it. So use photo or whatever it's called, to recreate 3D data in the room. So use all that to create all the elements in the room. Then stylize everything. I'll probably stylize it in the image space first. So I'm going to do just some concept art using, hopefully, just Photoshop's little 3D space, just to do some preview and some sort of live 360 previews as well. My only issue is this, that really pisses me off with the 3D 360 degree camera stuff, is it's literally like a HDRI sphere, yeah, which you'd use for environment. So you know what I mean in bloody I know what I mean, it's just stuck in my brain at the moment. But for a particular type of render pass, effectively, or a couple of them within a 3D application. So it's literally just the image wrapped around a sphere in many ways, or it's distorted around a sphere. So and there's no foreground to it. What would be great in those images in itself, like the ones you can plonk on thingy, is equally having a foreground element, so foreground and background, effectively. So if you've got a foreground and background element, so you get some distinction between what is effectively a flat 3D image, spun around a sphere, effectively, or it's spun around a sphere and put into a cuboid space, or the square. So the ones where you have the square and it's got like two sections to it, and it's like two halves of a sphere played out into a rectangle. Particular term for it I've forgotten. I know what I'm talking about, apart from the more I try to use this shit, the more I'm tired. The more I will pick up my techie words again. I know what the things are in there. It's me having Asperger's. It means I've got all this information until I start talking to people about shit again a lot more and doing stuff a lot more. It's hard to get all the complicated words bits I already know out. Anyway, right, let's give this a go. So I think what I'm going to do is just control and see if I can just get the first three images. I thought I had the first three. I know why I haven't transferred those into that yet, so I probably need to go back into living room table. Probably the images at the end of living room table are the first ones in the other set, which I hadn't transferred over. It's just like I've transferred the whole folders from the DSIM folder on my SD card. But the last ones, I took a lot of this table because it's the centre bit in my room. I'll have to do all this again. This is just testing. And I've got a lot of images, so for my other app it might have problems. I might have to look for other apps to do the photo camera memory that'll process locally and basically just grab as many images as possible. Because I think the Autodesk app I've got to test is limited to so many photos. We'll see how it copes with them, that's the thing. As you can see, sounds, look, loads of them. I'm waiting for it to write all the previews. So this is all the stuff at the table, trying to get every single angle, and I should have centered it in the room a bit more. Because it was bloody hard to get at bits around where my sofa is. It's really weird, it doesn't look like you can actually see. What I'll probably do is just bring that down so the preview's a bit bigger. Let's get that one. Yeah, The other thing is as well, I need to do on and offs with those. I just thought it would be useful to, because I want to use that as a reference for placing a character, so I thought I'd put some tracking points on it. Effectively, I did it on my telly too. So you can do pinning a lot easier. But what I needed to do was create a few, do a quick run without them at a 360 angle as well. Because as long as you've got frames without them on, they're easy to comp out. Really easy. To be honest, something's going to be on top of it anyway, in 3D land. Right, they're going to be near the bottom. You see every bloody angle of this thing, and I didn't quite get that into frame by the looks of it. Let me just check on the raw. Oh no, just about. My grubby floor. I should have washed the floor first. Terrible. I am waffling on. Yeah, and then the other thing is, I'll see what do the basics, because I think the minute I get into a proper full-blown 3D app, or try and do even more fancy stuff in Houdini in conjunction with Maya, and probably Unreal or Unity 3D, it'll get bloody heavy, really friggin' heavy. I thought I would have, God, look how many images I took. See, this is the mess under my table, but I think it creates lovely detail. This is why I wanted to capture it all, and hopefully I can build it into 3D modelling, photogrammetry for it. I could have sworn it's just got to build all these. So just doing this at the moment with capturing as well, it's not doing too bad. It's once we get into processing. So literally, it's doing about CPU's pretty holding it fine. I should have done this thing at 30 frames per second. It'd be nice to do it at 60 frames per second, but I don't want to push it. Like I said, the minute I start doing anything, close-ups, wanting to get textures, detail, yeah, how many pictures, and that's the point. I want it to be able to run out of light. Yeah, I think if it copes with RAWs, then for future I'll just pull RAWs in, because they're at least 16-bit. Oh, sorry. They're 16-bit. I hope this is on. Yeah, it is on. You can see the levels. Oh, here we go, yeah. So you can see it's the start of the room bit. So So what I need to do is just kind of like select, probably best if I go up to where they start. Select all of them and then pull them in. So I'll do it from there and I'll pull in the last two. Last three at the top. So these need sort of transferring. I can't remember if it's non-destructive. If we shall see. I need to fix that friggin' nice fluorescent light I've got as well. I could probably do a lot less pics, but I'm being thorough. Cut. Living room panoramic. hopefully it hasn't got the same. Paste. And it is moving files. It says it on the. Just come into that and bring that back in. Well, here, see, it moves them. So, but we do need to go back, like so, and we'll pick up the rest. I hate the fact it's redrawing them. I hope it actually just keeps the thumbnails, so it doesn't have to keep doing all this friggin' redraw. So this is where, oh, Christ, there's more. It's gone and pissed me off. Okay. That's good. Because it's like, what I'll do is, it's good recording this, I'll probably jump to bits while it's boring. Basically. And then just do that. Mute. And that should be all the files. Paste. Yeah. So this is why I like grey in my room. It's just grey. It just picks up shade just beautifully. You can really see the graduation on it compared to the white background there. I mean, I wish I'd actually done all the walls. I mean, that isn't actually white, that is a slight grey. I fucked up because I was on my wall, which is closest to my computer, TV stroke monitor, blah blah blah. Right, so let's try the first. So that should be, alright, so it's stuffed up. Oh no, that's fine. So that's 0. And then we've got the, right, okay. So control, boom, boom, boom. Let's see if it copes with, let me just check that, yeah, plus. So, yeah. But it should be more than 3. And I know, I mean, it'd be good getting a fisheye lens. The problem with fisheye lens, it allows you to do it quicker, but it's not going to be good as quality as stitching lots of big pictures together in terms of the resolution, because what you're doing is you're using the lens to compress it down into one image effectively. So I'm using this to create an image which would be much bigger than you can do in that, you know, say if you had an 8K red with that lens and you kind of used it to do a panorama, you know, do full 360, and what you want is like really super fast. Anyway, alright, let's open with Photoshop. Yay, we're going to open it with Photoshop. Oh my gosh. Let's see how this does. I can't remember what it's like. It's been such a while since I've been here. Here we go. Let's see what it does. Let's see where it is. Let's go for a ride. And it might take a while. I can't remember if it's got 2 versions of Photoshop, whether it's got 16 or 32-bit from the CC one. Is it doing anything? Hello? It'd be nice if you were doing something. The CPU cycles seem to have gone up, right? Loading page, there we go. It's now, how does this bring this in? Ooh. Okay, so I've got this coming and it's asking me to friggin' correct them. I don't want to correct them. I want to use all the data from the raw, thank you. I just want it as shot. No, I don't want to do that. You stupid application. Oh, stop bringing up the pop-ups on the other friggin' screen. Will you please? Ooh, what's it doing? Ah, I see. Cancel. Custom. I'm just going to create a little friggin' my default. I am experimenting here, so resize to fit. Open in Photoshop as smart objects. I'll leave that for the moment. Okay, I'm experimenting. Well, let's just see what auto does. Let's see if it does it. See if it allows me to reset. Ooh! Default. Yeah, because that just like super brightens it. I'll do all that afterwards. Well, let's just see if it allows me to. Okay, merge to HDR, okay. Ah! That's good. That's a nice one to do it. Yeah, because then I do all the dynamic range color correction afterwards. Merge to HDR. Yeah, so in future I'll just take everything, merging HDR. Previous, so it's gonna take a little while. I can't do with a fag. I'm desperate for a fag now. Right, in future, I'm just going to back it here. I know it's not PC, but fuck it. And if I've got an office and a working office and I'm at least in a decent position, or I've set up this thing, I'm going to have a room which is the smoker's office, which has got super venting. Basically, if we can do that, there's no way of doing it. Auto tone. Ghost. So deghost is just to allow for where I've moved the frigging camera at all, if there's any shake. And this is on a tripod. Can I make that bigger? Yes, I can. Wonderful, because I want to be able to see it better. Then that. Muchos alegro. Low. Let's switch it off. Just want to see. And then the other thing I want to do is at each end of the room do another 360. So one centre and one at sort of each end to get more angles on the room. I think it looks right. I don't think it does need de-ghosting, to be honest, because I think being on a tripod, I'm not sure whether auto-tone will look right. It kind of looks way bright. Auto-tone looks like majorly bright. I'm not sure about auto-tone. I kind of like it subdued. And maybe I'll notice ghosting. Can I zoom? Is there no way of zooming to friggin' check ghosting properly? That's not good. I suppose I'll put it on low just to allow to show overlay. Our colour indicates affected areas. So this should hopefully. It's updating still. I can't. Thing is, my laptop's at such a friggin' angle. I'd be glad when I'll get my computers, because I have got some computers which are coming back, which haven't been I'm being able to get hold of. So watch on mine. Okay, so what's the overlay bloody doing? I don't get what the overlay is doing at all. Because if that's meant to be showing, hold on, I need to bring this in. Yeah, if that's meant to be showing unaffected areas, that's kind of like affected areas. No, so I'm guessing there's no affected areas anymore. Off. No, okay, there is a little bit of ghosting. Maybe. We'll keep it on low just in case. I'm not sure about that auto tone at all. I'm going to leave it off for the moment, and then I'll do the auto tone afterwards. I might do a second run, so we'll merge it, and then I should have a whole selection of HDRs, which all initially I'm going to do a panorama, and then what I'll probably do is just some ideas I'll draw on it. I'm wondering if I can do a panorama within a panorama kind of thing, and comp the inner panorama. The stitching of the table as an internal stitch, so it's foreground comp, so it's like comping, just using thingy rather than I don't think I need to check what comp is like in I think Houdini and other apps, but I'm just using this just to be quick at the moment. That makes sense. Digital negative. Oh, it shows you as a digital negative as a merged HDR. Interesting. Well, okay. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's a new one for me. One remaining. Okay, so now it's doing some more processing. Well, what's the name? Like, how long is it going to take? Bar. No, let's just start. Yeah, so that's the digital negative. Okay, so if we open that image, hopefully that will come in, and then I'll save that as a doing anything. Hello? So yeah, basically I'll probably stop this. Oh, it's doing something, and I need to check that I need to flick a switch so you can see the cursor and it doing the little timing. I'm waiting to do something thing, because that doesn't seem to be working properly. Okay. Okay, then it popped up, and it keeps popping up. Bats, cut it out. Fighting. Yeah, because at the moment I've got like a thing saying I'm doing shit. Let's just see how this brings it in. Let's see if we can at least get a couple of the things done, and see whether for stitching. Okay, so it's brought that in, and I just want to see how it's brought it in. Something like around creating why initializing creating file libraries. Why? I probably don't need that up anyway. Layer 1. Okay. It's not actually saved it strictly as a HDR because I've been using RAWs. And it's really having to think on my system, but CP, I mean, this is already half an hour. This is what I mean, it's like one image. This is one HDR image. I know I've waffled on a lot, but it's because I'm waiting for things to process. I need some decent technology and a job to buy it, or just access to a decent job, or setting up Paramojo properly, and I can pass on that what I know and how and stuff to other people. Yeah, getting tired. I'll see how far I can get with it. Right, I have now a crosshair, so it's done that one. Okay, so I'm going to flip back to, come on, that, and I'm going to go for the next set. So 1, 2, 3. I'll just check them first. So 1 is nothing, 2 should be minus, and 3 should be, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to rules of this method works, and okay, open in Photoshop, voila. It's great because I'm nicely fully lighting this up, and this is like some of the other ones, and this is still, when you're on disability benefits, this is like a decent whack a month. Right, here we go. So same procedure I'm going to apply, and then what I'll do is I'll just see if I think this was just being safe because it wasn't clear whether my camera was doing, so the shot's not actually that much different, but I'm going to process them all anyway. Oh, it's gone green in the background. So my rechargeable batteries have, so I want to do that, that and that. My default, and it was that, merge to HDR, and hopefully in future for each shot I will have 7 images to create the dynamic range. And then it's basically going to be stitching it all together. I'll be useful as I have one of those tripods which puts at the centre of the lens, or the adaptive centre of the lens rather than the centre of the or behind the camera. But Photoshop should correct the parallax oddities. The thing is, I don't want to tinker with it, any of the exposure settings across the dynamic range. I'll increase just sort of like saturation and stuff afterwards just to give it more kick. Because I do want to stylize it a bit. I don't want to keep it totally without it looking real. I want a hyper-realisation of it. God, if it's just creating this with pictures, because the other thing I want to do with the photogrammetry is, I think I just flicked then because it was doing something. Yep, I've got a capture delay. Right, I've decided it doesn't want to work. I might have crashed my system if this is still recording. I don't know. I should just saved each one and closed it because it's not coping. Oh, it is there. But I think my thingy captures might have buggered. If it has, you'll soon find out. It's because I've got the last one open, so I should have closed that. So it's definitely not going to cope. If this is still even being captured, it's definitely not going to be cope with trying to record what I'm doing. Oh, now we've caught up because it's just about finished. Oop, probably skipping loads of frames on this. Hopefully it'll keep up with the audio. My computer is just going, what the hell are you doing to me? I'm not designed to do this. That's okay. And this is like really basic stuff for me. It's like, oh gosh, man. Super basic. And I haven't like worked on the stereoscopic feature film. I've just worked in stuff so much before. Right. Oh, it's gone back to that, is it? Oh, has it crashed Photoshop? Is it gone and killed Photoshop? Have I killed it? Oh, okay, the merge previews come up. Where's the rest of Photoshop? Hello, Photoshop, where are you? It's kind of killed Photoshop, but come up with it. Okay, has that died completely? I'm really not sure what it's doing. Right, we're back. Hopefully, I'm not sure if we're back on my other monitor screen. Because obviously, what I will do. So that's the merged. Has it merged all three properly? Okay, so merge. Oh Christ, I've lost it on this page. Okay. Right, we're there. I'm not sure if it's recorded any of this properly. I'm just going to merge it. I think I've selected all of them because the blue thing's on the first one. But it might be worth it to do it again, just to make sure it's not just combining 2 of the images instead of 3 of the images. Okay, I've pressed merge, and this is just getting ridiculous. So what I'll do, because it's coming up to nearly an hour. I've been an hour on this. Doing anything? Way. So it should say 49. Yeah. Save. So the point with this is it's keeping it in 16-bit land rather than 8-bit land. I mean, to be honest, it should be 32-bit is what we want as final export. And hopefully digital negative. I'm just wondering whether it's only, it doesn't say give any option on bit depth, did it? Yeah, it's majorly just thinking. No. I think what I'm going to do, because it's taking so long, I need to check this is opening up. There isn't two separate versions of Photoshop, and this is opening up in the higher bit rate, or bit depth I should say, application, because what I want it to do is save everything at the highest bit depth properly. Highest bit depth possible, because the bigger the bit depth, the more information it can contain over the high dynamic range, or anything then I do to it, anything I add to it across that range, as long as it's pushing this across that range, will affect it and will keep more of that data. So I'm just going to open this one, and this will probably take friggin' forever. Okay, so it's opening it. So I'm actually going to save these as Photoshop files as well, and then oh no, I think it is, yeah, it's slightly further over, isn't it? Yeah. Gosh, this is taking forever. This is like nearly an hour just fucking about with this. This is not good. It should be quicker than this. I shouldn't have to take this long to see. I want that. I want the bit at the top where it says layers RGB-16. I want that RGB32 ultimately. And what it's doing is it's reading camera raw format. I've just had something come up on the monitor, which is the recording the video side. So I should have switched off the. Tell you what we'll do is I will switch this off. It might give me a little bit more memory. Okay. Sorry, at the moment I'm also just. Right, no, it's still thinking. Has it done it? And I'll save that in the same space as well. And what I need to do is check the version in the moment and just see if there is save. Let's make sure we're saving where we're supposed to be saving, and please come up on the same screen I'm working on. Yay. Concept dev, luminary, HDR, layers, ICC profile. Save layers, spot colours, there's nothing there, so save that. Maximise catability. Okay, I wonder if that might hurt it. I'm getting fed up. See? Saving. And I probably killed it because it like goes, what are you doing? You're trying to do two things at once. There we go. I've got to make this is where I want to just check bit, and it's got a nice little savey thing down there, and you can't see the cursor, and I'm going to figure out how the hell I turn the updates. System info. So I kind of want to see that gathering system information. What I kind of wanted was just a software version, thank you very much. Version. Yeah, 64-bit. Yeah, it's yeah, this is going to take forever, so okay, so let's just do a little test, which is just combine these two images. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to close that, and I'm going into here. So this will be me having a fag in a moment, doing the rest, and then
Coming back and showing you some fancy shit.
automate. I'm not sure which one would be best, photo merge or HDR Pro. Right, we'll try that, and then I'll do another one which will be photo merge. See whether it can deal with a digital negative with all that data effectively. And I've got, please can you start opening up stuff on the same frigging page? Oh, that's where I did the stupid. So we've got digital negative and digital negative. So I don't know what we'll prefer. Control that and that. Let's see what it does. See if it likes that. Attempt to auto-align source images. Okay. I'm not sure if that's the right setting. I think just the other panorama might be better, because they're expecting more options coming in. It feels like it should be doing more. Yep, okay. Yeah, it is. I've got to get it to show the cursor properly. Right, we're nearly at an hour on this frigging thing. Okay, so it's got two. Right, now it should be trying to stitch them together. Right, now it's at least come up with that on the right screen, for crying out loud. See how it copes. If not, I might bring them in another way. Basically. Manually set EV. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think that is necessarily the way you want to do it. Oh, I see what it's doing now. Right, cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I know what I've done wrong. That would be fine. Import or automate merge HDR Pro. So if I do that, this is another way of doing what I just did. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try something else. Let's see if it'll do it. Automate. Photo merge. Let's just try that. Let's see if that does it. You see, this is. Oh, for God's sake! Bloody well, put it on the right friggin' screen. Okay, so browse. Let's just do that and that, because it will give me just a little crop, a little bit over. I think it was a little bit more in it. I can't remember. Geometric distortion. Okay. let's see what it does. And it'll probably take forever doing it. Because it's basically got a digital negative file. I hope it's actually got a digital negative inside the PSD. Might be enough movement, is it? Oh no, there is. There's enough. Yeah, it should be doing comparison. It's showing that on the right screen. Coming up to an hour. Fiddling on six photos, for crying out loud. Oh! This is laborious. So it has blended them, so it's just more faffing. I'm hoping I'm wondering if to bring them in as a smart object and whether I can export that as a HDR. Inscription. I'm just wondering if I might try a different workflow where I'd start off with on the automate merge to HDR Pro effectively. But I wanted to start off with the raw because I wanted it to be, yeah, because look, I've got a 16-bit image as it stands anyway. So as you can see that would start to build. You've already got which is great. So, and the idea would be to build that into a spherical image. And then what it's more like a stitched panorama. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna basically shut the fuck up now because it's, sorry, excuse my French. Because basically, I say basically, it's gone on for an hour, this bloody thing, and I've achieved very, very little in that hour. So, see you later. Adios, amigos. You gonna do anything, T? No, you're not. Hold on. Come here. Where's that gone? Oh, here we go. God, I can't even do that properly.